Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I saw this sort of headline circulating on X and I'm going, well, I wonder what the actual story is like. And trust me when I say this, the actual story behind this headline is pretty bad. It's pretty shocking. And I would consider what is taking place to the poor innocent child, even though this happened in 2019. I think it's hasn't gotten any better. It's probably gotten worse. But Britain's first transgender family reveals that their son, 5, is also transitioning. So the son is transitioning to being a woman, and you've got some even crazier circumstances here. So Britain's first transgender family, where the dad was born a woman, so the dad should be the mum, and the little uh, supposed girl began life as a boy. So as a boy, right? And so they're calling the woman the father, and the actual father is the mother. So it's just all confused and mixed up. It is actually pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. So confusing. And this is what I would call child abuse in a normal reality sort of world. And this is in Britain, of all places, in the UK. Just when you think Britain hasn't fallen far enough, you see something like this. So 5-year-old Jaden, I think, because it's 2019, it's 2025 now, so it's quite a ways away now. Jaden Rogers was born a boy, but wants to switch gender. Uh, the father, the mother, should say, named Greg, 27, is also transgender, having transitioned to a male at the age of 16. They thought to be Britain's first two-generation transgender family. The family has suffered a campaign of abuse, with people claiming they cajoled Jaden into becoming a girl. Well, yeah, evidently so. Like, if you just see a photo of this, like, the child doesn't know what the hell it's doing. Like, it's a child, for goodness sake. Like, the parents obviously want this to happen. They're more than likely forcing this down the child's throat. And a child is going to pick up what he or she sees from adults around him or her, right? It just is the case, so to speak. So if you put a child in an unhealthy environment like this, and the abuse is quite rampant and quite evident, and you're lying to the child and saying that you can be the opposite sex or gender, whatever they want to call it these days, it's kind of like the child is not only going to be confused, thinking that it's something that's actually not, because it's following in the footsteps of what the parents have said. So the child trusts the parents, but really it's so sad and so disheartening actually that the parents are doing this to a young kid. At the time, 5 years old, and pressuring that child to then transition. So for 5-year-old Jaden Rogers, wearing Jaden's favorite dress and sparkly shoes in front of mother Jody. So Jody was born a boy, so should be the father. And Greg, the young bearded man who has been Jaden's father for the past 3 years, was also, as we know, born a girl. They believe to be Britain's first two-generation transgender family, and Jaden is one of the youngest children in the country to switch gender. Here's a photo of them in case you were wondering what they look like. Kind of crazy and ridiculous, if you ask me, but this is just, again, what we call child abuse. The couple are aware that a fierce debate is raging about the large number of young people choosing to change sex, and Arthur Jaden insisted on living as a girl. Insisted, right? Oh, yeah. Just blame your child. Oh, it's my child's fault. My child wanted to be a girl, even though they're a boy. Oh, they're pressuring me as the adult. You know what you do as an adult? You say, hell no, stop. But of course, these adults aren't going to go, oh, no, no, no. This is not going to be good for you. Of course, they're going to welcome it with open arms, because they're exactly doing the same madness they want to happen to their child. Like, some people should not be parents. Nearly a year ago, this is what Jaden insisted, apparently, over a year ago. They found themselves at the center of their own distressing battle. Oh, it's so distressing that my child comes to me and says, I want to be a different gender, mum, dad, but your mum and dad are reversed. So dad's now mum and mum's now dad. Like, the child's going to be like, I am insisting on changing my gender just like you guys. Yes, sure, Jaden, for sure. By all means, we're going to start the transitioning process because you know what? What great headline can we get in the news saying we're the Britain's first transgender family and our son wants to be a girl, 5 years old. Yeah, right. Okay. For although Jaden's teachers, friends, and most of their neighbors have accepted the child's gender transition, shame on the family, friends, and teachers. Others have mounted a campaign of online abuse centered on the unfounded claim that the parents have somehow cajoled their child into becoming a girl. It's quite evident, isn't it? It should be quite like clear as day. The nightmare began with an anonymous complaint to social services from a resident who saw Jaden playing outside the family home in girls' clothing and accused the couple of child abuse. Yes, because any reasonable, person living in reality seeing this would actually consider it to be child abuse. But no, to the progressive left, this is considered progressivism. This is healthy, apparently. A boy dressing up in a dress and going, yeah, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. What? Look at me. I'm a girl. You're 5 years old, for goodness sake. Astonishingly, although the council officials who investigated the claims found the Rogers to be a happy, loving family, couples say it was suggested they move away from the area to solve the problem. Yeah, that's clearly the solution to this problem here. Oh, they're a happy, loving family. And yeah, they're also abusing their child by lying to the child, saying that you can be something you're not. I can't. Yeah, wow. They angrily refused, but have since suffered a barrage of online insults from anonymous trolls who insist that because Greg had changed sex, Greg must have forced Jaden to do the same. Today, an exclusive interview with the Daily Mail on Sunday, Greg, 27, and Jody, 21, who live in a small Scottish town in Shotts, North Lancashire, have decided to speak out against their critics. Yeah, right. Okay. So they do just that. For Jody, who apparently is a heterosexual university student, okay, the transition has had a profound effect on Jody as Jaden's biological mother. What? Anyway, to begin with, Jody ignored Jody's child's request, hoping it was just a phase before finally giving in. Jody said, I was naive. I didn't think a child could be transgender. And it is until now, after speaking to some parents over our situation, we all realize now it is more common than anyone thinks. Right. You're a lying dingbat. But anyway, I had a son one moment and a daughter the next. No, mate, you have a son still, and you are delusional and really sad and pathetic, if you ask me, that you're allowing your child to transition. There ain't no such thing as a trans child, just so you are aware of that. It probably took me 6 months to start accepting that it was what Jaden really wanted. How do you know what a 5-year-old really wants, for goodness sake? It's like a grieving process for me, though. I do miss having a son. You still do have a son, for goodness sake. Anyway, so the couple contacted the child and adolescent mental health services to have Jaden assessed, but were told the youngster did have the mental health issues, merely a gender issue. Right, Jaden is now on the waiting list for the Sandyford Clinic in Glasgow, which offers young people gender service. Too young for medication or hormone treatment. Thank God for that. So Jaden's going to still receive counseling over the next few years, all the while being indoctrinated along the way. how sad is this story, right? Like, I when I first read the headline, I'm going, well, why is the child still in their custody? They may seem like they're loving, kind, affectionate people, but the reality is anything but. You're lying to the child and saying that you're something that you're actually not. That's abuse. Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.